Hello everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play Blades of Avernum. Last episode we managed to make our way back out of the basement and up into the main floor. We happened to find the man who was in Umbratium, who was chained up and whipped. Apparently, Lord Putidus was jealous of his body, perhaps thinking it too perfect, too good. Lucretia was upstairs. We went to speak with her, but she was ensorcelled, or enspelled, or whatever the hell you want to call it. And unfortunately, she took her life. Now we must deal with Lord Putidus himself. These doors are barred from this side. You lift the bar out of the way so that you can pass through these doors freely. Same thing there. Let's look at these rooms first. Nothing in there. I'll look in that room in a minute. Let's try this one. Beyond this door, you see Faustulus of all people. The Empire's agent in Eteria is here in Castle Putidium. He sits at his desk, his face buried in his hands, not even acknowledging your presence. A shiver slides down the full length of Faustulus's body. Go away! Faustulus, how did you get here? He groans in abject terror and agony. I lost everything. That's how I came here. What do you mean? I was a quaestor once. I was chosen to be a financial record keeper of the governor of the province of Dacia. One of the emperor's men chose me for the job. I was happy at the time. It means I'll be in the Senate someday. But then I went to Eteria. I met Lord Putidus, and he was very polite. He invited me back to Castle Putidium to have dinner and entertainment. I, of course, accepted. When I arrived here, he dismissed my guards. He served me alone an extravagant feast. He hardly seemed to eat, but he served me large courses of the finest meats. After dinner he told me to come with him outside. I had come on an auspicious day. He took me northwest to the Black Spire, where he made me stay as he performed a ceremony to a god I'd never heard of. He sacrificed a boar and, in barbaric fashion, drank much of its blood. He chanted in the native language of this place, frenzied. And then he turned to me, his face ashen, his teeth grown unnaturally large, and he said to me, I have something that I may offer you, Faustulus. He offered me power, tremendous magical power, in exchange for free reign over the citizens of this area. He would terrorize the citizenry, and I would gain the power of the gods for looking the other way. Faustulus shudders. I would not have accepted his offer, Faustulus continues raggedly, but I knew that this employment was to be my last. I was not going to receive any promotion or greater job after working out here in this position. That gives no honor. For many reasons I accepted, and this arrangement continued for many years. But then Putidus requested that young soldiers from the heart of the Empire be sent here. After your arrivals in Umbratium and Timoria, he destroyed those cities. Will you help me bring Putidus to justice? I cannot. I am as implicated as he is. Suddenly he realizes that you mean to kill him here, rather than to bring him into a local court. His entire body jerks, contorting over to the left. No! He is my lord, my master! I am bound by fines to him. My loyalty is unwavering, but I don't know if he is going to kill me as he has everyone else. His right hand trembles. If you find evidence that he is intending to kill me, then I will help you. Very well. Also, if you don't mind, I'm going to slow the cutscenes. Can't pick that lock. What is in here? Tunic, nothing. Nothing in there. And in here? Hello. Tunic. Cloak and tunic. I guess grab the cloak. Robe and tunic. Pants. You've been going without pants all this time. Aha! You look at this body closely and realize that it is the woman that you met in Timoria, Fassa. She said she wanted to leave when the roads were cleared. Putidus must have captured her along the way, brought her here, and judging by the marks, raped and killed her. Who are you? Stop! The soldier says. You there! Do you have permission to be back here? Has Lord Putidus told you that you can come back here? His voice catches. What? Why are you looking at me like that? You didn't realize that you were looking at him in any particular way, but he continues anyway. You're wondering what I'm doing here, aren't you? Wondering how I ended up working for Putidus. I was one of the soldiers in Umbratium years ago. Putidus stole Julia, my wife. He came back later and I spoke with him. He claimed that she was alive in this tower somewhere, and if I worked for him, he would someday let me see her. So I came here. I think Putidus is the only one who knows where exactly my wife is, but she's somewhere in that tower, and he's giving her food and water. I have to protect him, because if anything happened to him, my wife would die. That's how I came here. Now, as I was saying, do you have permission to be back here? I have to make sure that you're not going to do anything bad to Lord Putidus. My wife's life depends on it. Yes, of course I have permission. Putidus himself asked me to come back here. Okay, then, he says, not suspecting you for a moment. He steps out of your way. And who are you? Stop right there, the guard says. Are you supposed to be back here? Do you have permission? I have to make sure that nothing happens to Lord Putidus, because he has my boy in his tower somewhere. If Putidus dies, my son Publius dies. He finishes scanning you. As I was saying, do you have permission to be back here? Yes, I do. Permission from Lord Putidus himself. Alright then, go ahead. This door appears to be totally impenetrable. You reach the door to Putidus' throne room. Do you wish to proceed and attack? Not yet. There must be something else here I'm not seeing. Perhaps if I speak with him after what I found there. There must be something I'm missing. No, I'm not going to go in the throne room that way. Wait, what about downstairs? Was there anything downstairs that I missed? This room. There we go. This room is obviously designed around kneeling at the pool and looking into it, so you do. You see nothing in the murky water. Hello. Here's something. A steel longsword. That's actually very, very useful. And bones. The open codex is covered by flowing handwriting, written in a peculiarly archaic alphabet. Looks almost like a Hellene's writing. However, the words are indisputably the language of the Western Empire, archaic as they may be. You begin to read. I, Putidus, Lord of Eteria, aware that certain events in my reign have been garbled by rumor, hereby set down a record of those events, that the truth may at last be known. By all the gods of the heavens, a personal journal? As you read, you notice that the words are fading from your sight. You hurriedly flip to a more recent page to glean whatever you can about the current situation in Eteria. Under the heading of yesterday's date, Faustulus is of the greatest importance. Scaevola and Collatinus are impotent against me, but Faustulus I need by my side, or I will fail. I need him alive and obedient. In fact, I need his trust. I do not think that will be a problem. I rather like the man. You should not fear in the least that I will harm him. The handwriting fades entirely before you can read more. What you've read puts you into a terrible bind. Faustulus will only help you if he believes that Putidus will kill him. You now know that Putidus won't. What you do with that information is up to you. Fascinating. So that's the situation here. We can either lie and say that he will, or tell the truth. I'm not going... I won't lie. I want to see first what happens. I need to see that first, at least. And we can go from the back, it seems. So I will. I'm pretty sure Putidus is going to need to die. It's the only real option here. Alright then. Do you wish to proceed and attack Putidus? Open the door and attack. You charge into Putidus' throne room, weapons in hand, ready to fight him in mortal contest of arms, to cast him down into the fiery lake which he made below the castle in which he does unholy things. You stand for a moment, your weapons drawn, staring at Putidus. No shock registers on his face. In fact, you can see nothing at all, no human emotions whatsoever making their mark on his visage. He stares at you. Then he begins to laugh, a billowing sound that reverberates throughout the whole room. Really now, Aldous, I expected more from you. Charging in and trying to kill me. Ha! How can you possibly expect to succeed? Because I know something you don't know. He stops for a moment, his confident laugh interrupted, but then he laughs again. What could you possibly know that could be hidden from me? Nothing you have done has been so. All your actions in Eteria so far have been planned and approved by me. How do you mean? Who do you think gave the order for you to come here? I wanted you to come. I needed you to come. Why? To what end? Because I need your strength. You know by now that I am a vampire. I drink life, gaining power from it, but imbibing the weak gives me little strength. I need to drain the strong. I threw you in prison as a test. If you could escape, you had the fortitude to feed me well. It is not only physical strength that I desire for my sustenance, but virtue, manliness. I drain these from them whom I drink too. That leaves them like Scaevola, like Calatinus, like Lucretia, empty. He smiles, but no, the word is too kind for the malevolent expression that presses his lips like gnarled branches toward his gleaming eyes. Why did you harm Lucretia, you fiend? Her case was all too easy. I merely tempted her, and I let her do the rest. She was bored in Ambratium. I offered her excitement, so she came with me. Once here, I drained her. She became as you saw. She is dead? You nod. I did not kill her, she killed herself. My hands are clean. But I still don't understand. Why did you do it? Why did you hurt Lucretia? Why? Because her life had a daily beauty that made me ugly. I need no other reason. By defeating the shades under the castle, you have shown virtues, strength. By giving burial to the dead citizen, you have shown pietas, dutiness. By solving the puzzles of the castle, you have solved sagacious, wisdom. And challenging me to combat, you have again showed virtues, courage. You will be delicious victims indeed. Guards, aid me. I have a feeling we should probably get some assistance. I'm afraid we'll have to lie. Alright, let's go get his assistance then. Seems we have no other option. Faustulus, I found proof. Putidus wants you dead. What? No! He listens in disbelief as you concoct a story about a note that you found that described a plan to kill him before sunset tomorrow. When you are done, he wails. Oh, no, no, no. Until dusk to live, blazing light of the sky, be banished forever, and never again shine your revealing light upon my doomed frame. Let these clouds forever shade the sun so that night and day become one, and tomorrow's dusk never comes. One day to live. This is divine justice, nemesis for my hubris, retribution for seizing the power of the gods to myself. Raptum imperium, this is what you have brought me. But no, Putidus is not a god. I need not offer my bare back to his ravaging teeth without presenting strong resistance. Faustulus stops for a moment and looks directly at you. I will help you. I will help you defeat Putidus. He stretches his arms out. I feel myself already falling out from his corrupting influence. I can speak properly again, as I used to before I ever met that man. I feel unburdened. You must go and attack Putidus, but before you go I must explain a few things. You must attack Putidus, and I will be right behind you. You cannot go in the front door of the throne room, however. You will not make it far that way without dying, and I need you to distract him. There is a secret passage in the bedroom to the north. Use that to get right next to Putidus. Then I will be with you, and I will help you strike down this monster. Now go. Be sure you remember what to do, because I cannot talk anymore. I must prepare. Still no idea what's in there. And we have gotten no news about what happened to the child. Alright then, let's do this again. You charge into Putidus' throne room, weapons in hand. Okay. I'm going to read through this all again. You stand for a moment, your weapons drawn, staring at Putidus. No shock registers on his face. In fact, he can see nothing at all, no human emotions whatsoever, making their mark on his visage. He stares at you. Then he begins to laugh, a billowing sound that reverberates throughout the whole room. Really now, Aldous, I expected more from you. Charging in and trying to kill me? Ha! How can you possibly expect to succeed? Because I know something you don't know. What could you possibly know that could be hidden from me? Nothing you have done has been so. All your actions in Eteria so far have been planned and approved by me. What do you mean? Who do you think gave the order for you to come here? I wanted you to come. I needed you to come. Why? To what end? Because I need your strength. Okay, we know about all that. Why'd you harm Lucretia? Her case was all too easy. I merely tempted her, and I let her do the rest. But I still don't understand. Why? Because her life had a daily beauty that made me ugly. I need no other reason. By defeating the shades under the castle, you have shown virtuous strength. By giving burial to the dead citizens, you have shown pietas, dutifulness. By solving the puzzles of the castle, sagacious, wisdom. And by challenging to combat, you have shown again virtuous, courage. You will be delicious victims indeed. Faustulus, what are you doing here? I know, Putidus. I know what you're planning. I can't let you do it. Putidus stares at Faustulus, confused. Faustulus stares back, obviously terrified and shaking with the sheer power that he holds within his frame. He has power, but he lacks control. This is the moment when your gamble must pay off. If Faustulus finds out that you have lied to him, your life is obviously forfeit. Putidus must not be allowed to convince Faustulus that he is wrong. What do you say? Nothing. It ends here, Putidus. Putidus barely has time to react. Lightning shoots from Faustulus' fingertips. What are you doing? Both sides fall, terribly wounded by the blasts. Putidus cries out as he collapses. Faustulus, you have been lied to. I was never going to harm you. Faustulus falls silent as he lies, and then he suddenly understands. His voice rises, filled with self-recrimination and regret. Of course. I was the most necessary part of his plans. He could not kill me. You lied! And for your lies, I die. Curse you, Aldous. A plague upon your entire household. You have no virtues, no true pietas. It is done. Lord Putidus is slain. In the ashes where his body used to lie, there is a small silver key. You pocket it. Yeah, I'm not going to run around with it like that. A small silver key. That must open this door. Or not. I suppose now we leave, then? Now what? As you are walking away from Castle Putidium, you think, Faustulus is dead, so you can't report back to him. You'll have to leave Eteria and report back to the governor directly in order to finish your mission. And we shall do just that. Not sure what the key was for, though. Perhaps we needed it in order to escape. And suddenly bears. Well, I suppose I can leave. Actually, before we do, I kind of want to see what the city looks like now that it's been completely destroyed. Or so we've been told. When you return to Timoria, you find it completely in ruins. Something came through here and destroyed everything. You don't go inside. There cannot be anything left to find. Well, let's move on and leave. This one is also completely destroyed, as we know. Do you wish to leave Eteria, ending this mission? Yes, it's time to go. You leave Eteria, and the journey back to the governor of Dacia is uneventful, except for a single dream in which you hear the same voice that spoke to you in your dream in prison. It speaks to you. Aldous, many have died here. Eteria is destroyed. You cannot stop the destruction except by lying. You have gained no honor here, but perhaps there was no honor to be gained. You have gained no shame either. You report back to the governor. Afterwards, he sends another messenger back to check on the status of Tyria, and the messenger returns confirming what you saw. Umbratium and Timoria were destroyed. He also said that the path into the mountains led nowhere. You cannot find any sign of Castle Putidium, even though you gave specific directions. It simply was not there. You receive a modest reward for your work. You can't bring yourself to tell the governor the full story, so you claim that you found Faustulus dead before you attacked Putidus. You sound more heroic than you were, but no one suspects you are lying. You are reassigned, and soon you finish your military service and return home. Some loose ends remain in Eteria. Since Castle Putidium vanished, no one could destroy his records or prevent others from finding out what Putidus did and doing it again. However, you are long dead before similar stories begin rising out of Dacia again, when it has become known by a new name. Transylvania. No, I don't wish to save my progress. But that is the end of that story. There was a long bit of information that apparently was written up discussing all this by Calandon. I think in his things on the side. I may throw that in somewhere, I don't know. But that story was okay. I probably would have gotten more into it if it weren't for the fact that all the cutscenes did have points where I was having trouble keeping up, and if some of the dialogue wasn't a bit flowery, which kind of lost me a bit, no offense, and if it wasn't for the fact that some of the fights were just so frustrating, especially at the beginning. We're level 1 and we're already thrown against things that kill us in a single hit. It took me a while to get a hang of the potions, but I just did not approve of that. Anyway, I think that's pretty much about everything. And I think that's the last scenario that was made by Calandon himself. So, next episode we're going to start with a new scenario. I already have one in mind. It's going to be by someone new, so we'll see some new writing, new gameplay, new everything. I'm curious to see what we'll see now. But that'll be in the next episode. So, until then, I'm Chester44. That is a party that was only used once. This has been a Blades of Avernum Let's Play, and I shall see you all next time.